Thank you all for coming out today. So just a reminder, if you have any questions, please make sure to raise your hand and we'll make sure to get a mic over to you. And then state your name and your affiliation. And with that, I will turn it over to Coach Walton, who will make some opening remarks.
Let me start by saying what an amazing community this has been. Since moving up here earlier this summer, getting to know some of the local people, the fan base, living most of my life in California. This is one of the best kept secrets there is in this state. I mean, it's been an incredible experience getting to know this town and the surrounding areas of this town. So I'm very excited about this opportunity and the chance to coach this team. Getting to know and work with Vivek, Vlade, the front office, Matina, day in and day out this summer has been an incredible experience. Putting together our coaching staff that I really believe is the top of their games and going to help me and help our team get to the next level has been a lot of fun. And it's an exciting time of year, and we get to start training camp tomorrow, so we're looking forward to it. I can hear you.
You got me?
Yeah.
Luke, just for you, can you just kind of describe maybe what these past few months, this whole off season has been like for you personally, having coming up from SoCal, everything that's kind of gone on and getting roots here in Sacramento now?
Yeah, it's gone fast. When you don't make the playoffs, it's a long off season, but there's been a lot that has happened, and the season is here again, and it's kind of been one of those things where trying to finish up some things down in Los Angeles and Southern California while getting settled up here. A lot of back and forth, but like I said, the time up here being spent with this group and getting to know them and getting to know what they're about, getting to see firsthand, Vivek and how much the players mean to him, how much the team and the city means to him, and how much he wants to win. Getting to start working on the relationships with the players. One of my top priorities was in the culture that we're building here. We have to have relationships. We're partners with the players, and the only way to do that is to get out there and get to know them. So as soon as we were hiring staff members, getting staff members to fly around and meet with guys. When they're in Sacramento, taking them out to dinner, getting to know them that way, getting to work with them on the court, obviously, being the best way to show them that you care and show them that we're here to work and to make them better and to make our team better. So the summer's gone very fast.
Luke, James Ham, NBC Sports. When you look at the next 3 days, you have such an abbreviated training camp. How do you get this team ready, knowing that you've got a 6-day trip to India, and then the season starts right after that? I mean, how do you look at this, and how do you piece it all together?
We'll do more teaching than I normally would do in the first practice or two. There's a list of things we want to get in before we go to India, and we'll make sure we get those in, no matter how long we got to be on the court. We'll get a package in there that we feel comfortable and confident with as we head out to India. And then you look at India, it's the first. NBA hasn't been there before, so it's a very exciting opportunity for us. We'll use it as a great chance to bond as a group, even though we won't be able to we won't practice as much as we would. We'll be able to spend more time together, traveling together, dinners together. So it'll be a great bonding experience for us, and being part of that, being asked to represent the NBA over there, especially with Vivek as our owner, is a very special thing for us.
Coach Luke, let's try to speed this up a bit. With all due respect, can you elaborate how you've been navigating through your off-court issues, and what's your state of mind, in that regard, and have you learned from any of these things as being, a professional and a high-profile individual? Well,
I'm navigating by focusing on the Kings and the work that I'm the job I have here and what I'm being paid to do, and building this team to a championship level team. And I think we have, I think Vladdy's done an unbelievable job with his front office of getting a young core in place and then going out this offseason and putting great vets around them. So my focus is on the Kings and what we're doing to get this group to the next level.
Luke, Jason Anderson with the Sacramento Bee. As far as your priorities go, what you want to implement, install, preach early on, I know you've talked about defense. Can you talk a little bit about the personnel you have and kind of the ideas you have for how to make this team better defensively? And then another point you made previously about three-point shooting. You want to shoot more threes. Have you shared a number with the team yet in terms of what you're looking for?
Yeah, so defense is it, right? That's our priority. That's where we're going to start training camp with. That's where we're going to start practices with. Defense. And that's where we're going to make a big jump. As far as the offense, yes, we're going to shoot. We're going to have goals to shoot a certain amount of threes every game. Doesn't mean we need to hit that every night. I have not shared the specific numbers with the players yet. We'll save that for, we're going to do a team dinner tonight, and we'll get into some of the specifics, goals, in-game stats that we're going to be tracking that are going to be important to who we are as a team. But they do not know those numbers yet. As far as, the group, I think that one of the benefits of having such a deep team that we have is the healthy competition that comes from that. The first and second units, they're going to be battling every single day. And you earn minutes and you earn roles in this league by competing and by performing those, showing your teammates, your coaches, how you play the game every day. So we're going to have a lot of healthy competition in practice, and I think that's going to help lead us to become a much better defensive team.
And on that point, do you have an idea of what your rotation might look like? I mean, do you have a number? Was it you going to play 10 guys, 12 guys? How do you manage when you have this much depth?
Yeah, well, it goes back to having that healthy competition and earning minutes. Everyone's going to see every day who's playing well, who's going at who. So in my head, yeah, I have ideas of who's going to play and what rotations and different rotations, groupings that I want to see on the court together. I have all that in my head, and we'll get to it in the preseason to get some, small sample size of how they play together. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who earns those minutes.
Coach, I know you haven't even had your guys on the court yet for one practice, so this is a totally unfair question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Fans of this organization have been waiting so long, as you no doubt know, to get back to the playoffs. Is that a reasonable expectation in your mind, or is that not so reasonable?
Yeah, I think fans should always want and expect their teams to get to the playoffs, whoever they're supporting. One thing I've seen here from playing in Sacramento for years, and now that I'm getting to know some of these people up close, is the fan base here is awesome. I mean, they show up and support, and talking to them out in the community, what I've learned is they want a team that plays hard every night. And obviously they want to make the playoffs, yes, and we want to make the playoffs. But how we're going to get there, where our focus is going to be on, is let's show up every single night, play with a certain level of competitive greatness, play with a certain level of intent and mindfulness as far as what our culture is, how we play as a team. And if we do that every night, I think the fan base will be very happy, and I think we'll give ourselves the best chance of making those playoffs. I mean, we all know basketball in this room. The West is a monster this year. You could have a great year. You could win 40-plus games, and maybe you don't make it. So the fans should want us to make the playoffs. The fans should expect us to make the playoffs, and we're going to give everything we have to try to get there.
Deuce Mason, Kings Radio, Luke. You mentioned defense being a big priority for you guys. What type of potential do you see with this team defensively with the pieces you have on this roster?
A lot, a lot. And we haven't had guys in for full practices, but we've had guys in the building, and they're working. I think Buddy can turn into an excellent perimeter defender that can, with his strength, can guard multiple positions. I think the vets that we've brought in, guys like Trevor and Corey, who have been there and who are tough and know the importance of defense, that'll start to affect some of the younger guys. I think Marvin, I think he can be everything. Watching the way he moves around the floor and his size and his versatility defensively. The potential's there. Obviously, this stuff takes time, and I'm not putting a time limit on it. But as we go on this journey together, and guys start to figure out certain things, there's a lot of room for us to become a very good defensive team. And I haven't touched on Fox. I mean, with Fox's quickness, what he can do to be the front line of our defense, we got a lot of potential there.
Josh Schubert with Associated Press. Coach, what do you see as the next? Obviously, De'Aaron and Marvin have done a lot of really good things as young players. What's the next step for those guys in terms of their development?
Well, the exciting thing is how hard they work, and I think they've shown that. You guys haven't seen it with Marvin yet because he's getting ready to go into that second year, but you saw how much better Fox got from his first year to his second year. So we're excited as coaches as well to see where he takes at this level. We all got a little taste of it when he was playing with the USA team, and reports I had on Marvin from the USA team were that he was playing great as well. So when you work hard and you're talented and you have some of the gifts that they have, good things happen. So I'm very excited to see what both of them bring to the court this year.
Marshall Harris, CBS 13. Coach, you talked a little bit about the fans' expectations, but as far as expectations for yourself as a first-year head coach with the team that you have in front of you, is it safe to say that it will not be a successful season if the team doesn't make the playoffs?
No, I don't ever look at it like that. From a coaching standpoint, from what we're trying to build, there's things that are more important to our foundation of what we're trying to get to that I can judge whether or not we've had a successful year or not. A lot of things have to go right, to make the playoffs. So to say it's all about making the playoffs or not, being a success or not, I don't think is fair to the team or to the fans or to the players. So we're gonna go out and, like I said, give everything we have every single day and give us the best chance of doing that. And if we do that, then I'm happy with the guys.
Coach, to follow up to an early question, as you know, the civil case is still ongoing down in LA. How do you prevent that from becoming a distraction for you and the team this year?
It's same thing I tell my players. We're together as a group, and what we have to focus on is what we have in front of us and what we can control. So it's this is my job. It's my job to be the best for my players, to be there for my players, and that's what I plan to do.
Luke, Nick Friedel, ESPN. Just to follow up on that quickly, are you confident you'll be cleared of any wrongdoing in the case?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the same. I've been saying it's. I'm here to do my job and focus on our Kings and get us where we need to get, and the rest of it will take care of itself.
How have you been able to block out everything that's been hovering around for the last few months?
I focus on my job. I focus on my family, and it's works.
Coach, the younger guys who came in this summer, is there any ones that really stand out, and do you think that they can make an impact and contribute to the Kings?
Well, they're all. Everyone contributes. I'm a firm believer, and whether you're top 5 or bottom 5 or you're not in the rotation, you contribute. I know what it's like in the practices, and a big part of teams having success is why I keep bringing up this healthy competition of having a deep team, is when you get guys that push players that are in the rotation every single day, the team gets better. It sharpens the team. So whether guys are playing minutes or not, they're going to be impactful on who we are as a group, how much better we get as a group, what's our culture like. And yes, JJ, Kyle, Guy have been in a lot, and they're out there working every single day, going against the vets, learning from the vets, and making us a better team.
Luke, and with Bagley, do you anticipate him being a starter at the beginning of the season, and what kinds of things specifically are you looking for him to improve on?
You know, the talks I've had with them, a lot of it has been about, you know, let's take ownership in being a defensive captain. You know, like I said, we can do so many more things as he starts to understand that end of the court in the NBA and our coverage calls and being aggressive. I mean, the guards in the league today, you have to have bigs that are versatile, that can be up and contest shots and slide their feet, and he can do that for us. So a lot of my talks with him are about that, about the responsibility that comes with being a young, one of our young leaders and someone that we're gonna count on to have success. So again, the minutes and the starting and all that, we're a team. I know everyone wants to start, everyone wants to play big minutes, but we're also a team that is close from what I can tell. So I expect everyone to compete with each other and then support each other with whatever decisions I make at the end of camp.
Katie Hunter, Kings TV. I'm curious, from your playing career and the coaches that you played for, as well as teammates and players that you went up against, is there any that stick out to you that have kind of helped shape your philosophy as a head coach?
There's a lot. I think when you get into coaching, you spend time reflecting on what's important to you as far as a culture and what's important to winning, and you draw on those experiences that you've had as a player. So playing under Phil Jackson, who believed very strongly and kind of being that even-keeled warrior mentality, but then playing next to Kobe Bryant, who was the most intense individual I'd ever played the game with. So, there's different things to take from people like that, and I have. So what's true to me as a basketball person, coaching in Golden State with Steve Kerr and seeing the culture that was put into place there, and what that can look like when you get players bought into taking ownership and that. I try to draw off of that, of who I am as a coach and what we're going to get done here. So, I mean, the list is very long, but yes, I draw off my basketball experiences to create my philosophy on coaching and how we want to play as a team.
Luke, Kimani Okira from Sacktown Royalty. Building on your playing experience, is there a moment from your Sacramento, when you were in Sacramento, that sticks out from your playing days?
Yeah, I mean, I think the fan base, really. It didn't matter what the team's record was. It didn't matter what part of the season we were in playing. When we showed up to play here, it was loud and the building was full of energy. Last year when I was coaching, the step back three that Bogey hit, to break our hearts, and the city's electric, and it supports its Kings, and going around town and just talking to people, everyone loves their Kings here, and it's a very exciting thing to be a part of.
Luke, James Ham, NBC Sports. When you look at your playing career and sort of your coaching career, you've been surrounded by superstars. You're walking into a situation where you have some young guys that might be able to reach star level, but no one is a superstar. How difficult is it for you to walk in knowing that you don't have that one person that you can rely on, or that you might not know if you have that one person yet?
It's exciting to me. I look at it as an opportunity. It's why, to me, you'll hear me say culture and trying to create this environment that allows people to flourish and become their best selves, because how fun is that? How exciting as a city and as a coaching staff if we get to see that happen from the ground up, and we have that relationship with players, that they went from young players to all-stars to superstars, and we all do that together is a very exciting part of why this job is a great job.